M.G. Devasahayam, former IAS and now member of a High Court appointed Monitoring Authority on Building Regulation, joining us this evening. Good evening, sir. Thank you for being with us here on News 360. This is a shocking tragedy. 60 innocent lives lost. What is more significant is that this is not an illegal construction. This is a building that was given the green signal by authorities. What can be done in a situation like this? What can be said about the hundreds of unauthorized buildings which are also being raised?
You are absolutely right. It's a great tragedy. But there are a couple of factors which I would like to mention why this has happened and what needs to be done. Number one, urbanization has become real estate business with tons and tons of black money, unaccounted money. When you have a business with unaccounted money, it becomes a rogue business. Nobody wants regulations, nobody wants law, nobody wants rule. There is no regulation. Real estate is a business today which is totally unregulated, number one. Number two, in the Chennai context, you are falling between 6 stools, not 2. Even 2 itself is devastating. You have the CMDA, it is a Metropolitan Development Authority. They have no facility for enforcement, no facility for the kind of regulatory thing that needs to be done for real estate. They are a developer, they are planners. They don't have engineers, they don't have any administrators, what's the name? Third is, you have the architects, then you have the builder, then you have the structural engineer. So many of them, there is no mechanism to put them together and make it into a holistic enforcement and regulatory mechanism. Third point is, you know, in Chennai context, for the last 15-20 years, it has been a battle between the civil society and the government. Civil society fighting it out, government is protecting the violators. They have come out with regularization schemes. They started in 1999, 2001, 2002, 2003. Then all the three, except 99, was struck down by the High Court, struck down by the Supreme Court. Back again, they come out 2007, up and down Supreme Court, High Court. In the process, in the last 15 years, there is utter chaos prevailing. And in the chaos, as you know, is the first principle of corruption. In this chaos, bad people, unscrupulous people thrive, and they grease the palms, and you get your approval, the whole process goes through. That's the sum and substance of the story.
Right, and as far as conviction is concerned, you know, most of these cases drag on for years. No example is made, one of the builders, and also, you know, especially the officers concerned, the regulators really, they must be put to task as well. Now, that is not happening. You know, setting of examples, that is clearly not happening.
You are absolutely right. This is precisely what the monitoring committee, in 2006, Madras High Court set up a monitoring committee, of which I am a member. In about 7-8 months, we streamlined almost everything and laid down a lot of norms and systems. But in 2007 July, the previous government brought in ordinance to virtually nullify the monitoring committee and nullify the High Court order. Since then, it has been a battle, and monitoring committee has been taken out of the scope. And even after the High Court struck down those regularization schemes and struck down those ordinance and law, it was enacted into a law. Supreme Court threw it out. What I'm trying to say is the government of the day is more interested in protecting and safeguarding the interest of the violators and the people who blatantly violate and create this kind of incident. Now, registering case. Now what has happened is the tragedy took place on Saturday. Next day itself, CMDA comes out with a preliminary saying that no, it is not our fault, it is somebody else's fault. The builder has violated the norms. How did they know that they violated the norms? Chief Minister immediately endorses it, saying that officers are not at fault. Then yesterday they have constituted 19 committees of the CMDA to go around checking up all the about 500-600 buildings. Today they have nominated a retired High Court judge as a one-man committee. These are all normal routine things. Actually, in Chennai, all these aspects have been gone into in great details. CMDA, to be very frank, it is not competent to do the job they have been entrusted with. Actually, the enforcement comes within the scope of the municipal corporation and the town municipality, where it's an elected body is there. There also there's a lot of interference. Engineers are not allowed to work, and that collectively all that is that most of the officials are totally dejected. demoralized, and some of them joined the bandwagon, and it is all a matter of greasing the palm, getting the approval, no monitoring whatsoever takes place during the construction, and finally get the completion certificate and then occupy. Now, for instance, there are about 80 people who are supposed to occupy, 80 families supposed to have occupied this building. They would have got the completion certificate if this accident has not happened.
Right.
Imagine what would have happened about 3-4 months ago, 3-4 months later, when this building has collapsed as it is. So these are the things that needs to be looked into. In the Chennai context, it has all been looked into. Reports have been given to the CMDA. Government knows about it, but they are not interested in implementing them.
Certainly so, but will this act as a wake-up call? It's been 60 people there losing their lives. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. We'll continue to focus on this story here on CNN IBN.